You're trending in my dreams. Sudeep Nagarkar. Read by Vaibhav Shrivastav. To those who tussle for the last slice of pizza with their friends. बड़े अजीब हैं ये जिंदगी के रास्ते. अनजाने मोड़ पर कुछ लोग दोस्त बन जाते हैं. Fourgasm. 4 people, 4 lives. Varun, where the hell have you been? Do you take me for a fool? Varun's dad asked in an aggressive tone. I don't care. I don't give a shit about your nonsense. You're a drunkard and it's my misfortune that I have to call you dad. Varun responded with equal aggression from his room where he had locked himself in. The father-son relationship had been strained ever since his mother passed away when Varun was still a child. Varun was fair-complexioned, with light brown eyes and a slight stubble. He was extremely fond of branded watches and had a huge collection of them. He was very possessive about his watches and would never allow anyone to even touch them. Girls in his college would go gaga over him, but no one mustered the courage to speak about their feelings to him, as everyone knew how strict his dad was. His father was an ex-army officer, and post his mother's death, he was brought up in a strict military-style environment where there were rules for everything. His father had retired from the military a couple of years ago, but still bossed people around. But Varun hated being trapped in the confines of his home. He loved to explore and take risks. There was a flip side to it though. Every time he did something reckless, he would get a beating from his dad. Things didn't end there. His father would shoot the choicest expletives at him and torture him mentally when he was drunk. All this was slowly making Varun retreat into a shell. He had changed from the jovial person he was to a person with limited interactions with the outside world. Varun dreamed of running away from the cage his dad had built for him. He always felt from his father's attitude that he never really loved him, and that realization made him miss his mother even more. He would pen down his innermost thoughts in a diary whenever he could. But he was no writer or anything. His desire was to one day become an entrepreneur and do as his heart desired, rather than opting for a job and be enslaved by a handful. He believed in the adage, it's not about the ideas, but making ideas often. Come out! You son of a... His dad shouted yet again. But before he could finish, Varun yelled from inside, Mind your tongue and lay off me. The reason for their heated discussion was that Varun wanted to shift to Mumbai to pursue BSc and had even applied for the course, but his dad wanted him to join the army. Varun wanted to do as he pleased and was not going to let anything come in the way of his ambitions, least of all his father. He picked up the phone and called his friend Ahana in frustration. That's it. I just can't take it anymore. I want to run away from all this nonsense. Varun complained. Why don't you come over and stay in my flat in Mumbai? A couple of other girls are sharing it with me, and I'm sure they won't mind if you join in. Of course, that's if you feel safe with 3 girls around you. She laughed. That's awesome. I will carry my headphones along so that I don't have to listen to all your girl talk. Varun teased. The conversation relieved his frustration to an extent and helped him make up his mind to run away to Mumbai and join the BSc course he had applied for. I'm only worried that once your parents find out, they might inform my dad about me staying in your apartment. I'm only worried that once your parents find out, they might inform my dad about me staying in your apartment. Varun said. Don't worry. My dad won't bother. Your dad at least cares to throw you a slap or a few harsh words. My dad just throws some money into my account every month and thinks he's done. She added, Let me think about it some more. Varun replied, It's your choice at the end of the day, but I seriously feel you need to get out of the shithole that you call home. Please, just do this for me, if not for yourself. All right, you're such a good friend, Ahana. I'm glad to have you in my life. After the brief discussion over the phone, Varun ended the call. It was final now. He was going to shift to Mumbai without fearing the consequences. He was all set to checkmate his dad's violence and break free from the cage of restriction. He was going to move into the apartment rented by his friend Ahana. 1 month earlier. Dad, I've secured admission in NIFT Mumbai and college begins within a month. Finally, I'm going to live my dream of becoming a top fashion designer. Ahana exclaimed in excitement. Ahana was full of life and passion. She enjoyed late-night parties and lived the life of a princess even though she was still in school, since her dad was a rich Delhi-based businessman. She was a real beauty, fair and flawless skin, sparkling eyes that expressed thousands of emotions, and a smile that could bring the world to a standstill. She loved shopping and was extremely brand conscious, only wearing the best brands like Zara and Forever 21. The tattoo on the side of her neck added to her charm. It showed the world that she had a modern and independent outlook. She had grown strong, building a firm foundation with the bricks thrown at her. She wanted to be one of the top fashion designers in the country, and her dreams meant the world to her. Often we come across people who are constantly trying to make others around them happy. But when we look deeper at them, we find that such people are pretty lonely themselves. She was one of them. Though she was quite the social butterfly, she had only a handful of trustworthy and close friends, including Varun, who happened to be the son of her father's close friend. She always sought attention and love from her dad, but all she ever got was money. She still had immense respect for him, but somewhere she missed the paternal love that every child yearns for. The way a father treats his daughter shapes how she views herself and how she expects to be treated by other men around her for the rest of her life. Her father had never expressed his fondness for her, and so she never took men seriously. Neither did she care about getting into a romantic relationship. She just lived in the moment. So when she excitedly told her dad about having secured admission in Mumbai, she expected him to get excited as well. However, he continued to work on his iPad without bothering to even look up. She thought that he might get up and hug her. After all, every girl wants her dad to be with her in all the good times and shower her with love and praise. Congrats. I will transfer the money for your fees. You can stay in our flat in Mumbai. No need to look for a hostel. Her dad replied with his eyes glued to the iPad. Okay, Dad. Ahana replied and went to her room in a dejected state. When a father ignores his daughter, she spends her life trying to replace him in her heart. If he is warm and nurturing, she will look for a lover to equal him. If he thinks she is beautiful, worthy, and feminine, she will be inclined to see herself that way. Ahana had accepted her dad the way he was. In Ahana's case, it was not that her dad didn't appreciate her, but work pressure didn't allow him to spend enough time with her as she was growing up. However, she was strong, and her strength didn't come from lifting weights. It came from lifting herself up whenever she was knocked down. In the next couple of days, she shifted to her own flat at Seawoods, Navi Mumbai, though there were still a couple of weeks left for college to begin. She wanted to get used to the Mumbai way of life. Plus, she wanted to look for a roommate to stay with, because she didn't want to live alone, and the idea of having a roommate excited her. She advertised online as there were many colleges in Navi Mumbai, and students do look around for shared rooms. But she didn't find an appropriate girl for over a week. After a fortnight, her routine began and she gradually settled down to her new life. She still continued to splurge on unnecessary things as her father would transfer enough money into her account every month. The search for a roommate finally came to a close when she bumped into a girl named Malvika at the gym where she exercised. Malvika too was looking for a room nearby, and Ahana took an instant liking to her. Ahana, will there be room for another girl to join us? I have a friend who is looking for a place to stay. Her name's Garima. Are you okay with her moving in with us? Malvika asked one day at the gym before accepting Ahana's offer.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?